He is the highest-ranking member of the Catholic Church ever to be convicted of child sexual abuse. Cardinal George Pell, a former Archbishop of Sydney and of Melbourne, was most recently at the Vatican in charge of the Church's worldwide finances. He was close to the Pope. Now he's been found guilty of sexually abusing two choir boys in a cathedral in Melbourne in the 1990s.
Having somebody of such high status in the church, having been convicted, it gives a sense that Australia is moving in the right direction, in that no one's above the law.
Pell's personal disgrace comes on top of criticism of his handling of sexual abuse by others that he was in charge of investigating. In 2014, he gave evidence to a national inquiry into institutional sexual abuse in Australia and was accused of helping to cover up the sexual abuse of priests. Pell gave his evidence by video link, claiming he was too frail to travel from the Vatican to Australia. But when multiple accusations were made against him personally, he was compelled to come to Australia to defend himself.
I'm innocent of these charges. They are false. The whole idea of sexual abuse is abhorrent to me.
Pell spent much of last year in court. A first trial was abandoned after a jury failed to reach a decision, but after a second trial, a new jury found him guilty. That conviction came last December, but a legal suppression order banned it from being reported. That was because Pell was due to face another trial relating to different accusations dating from the 1970s. A judge ordered a legal suppression order banning any reporting of the trials to date in case jurors in the future trial were influenced by what they saw or heard of the previous ones. Journalists, editors, even people on Twitter were threatened with up to 5 years in jail if they broke the order. But on Tuesday, prosecutors dropped the future trial, so December's verdict can now be reported, and people here are demanding tough justice.
George Pell is a monster, a freak. He has to be jailed. No home detention, none of this pathetic, weak justice. We want to see him in jail. We want to see him fry in hell forever.
Pell has already started an appeal against his conviction, but before that's heard, he is very likely to go to jail. Andrew Thomas, Al Jazeera, Sydney.